My name's Margaret Castles, and I am the director of the free legal advice clinics that Adelaide University offers through the law school. You're probably already aware from listening to the last speakers that Adelaide Law School doesn't just teach law, we also strive to make a really positive contribution into the community. And that's usually exactly what students want. Most of you listening to this, if you're thinking about going to law, are probably also thinking about wanting to make a difference in the community. So the clinical law program, along with the other internships that you've heard about, offers a really good opportunity to actually get out there into the community, make a difference and practice law as you go. When you work in the clinical program, you're working with real clients with real legal issues, real people who wouldn't be able to afford a lawyer otherwise, and who are very much dependent upon our help to manage all manner of cases, some very small and minor, some quite significant. So each year, about 120 of our law students over the year can complete an elective subject which is called clinical legal education. And the point of that elective subject is that they can then work in one of the 5 law school legal advice services that we've set up over the last 15 or so years. And I'll take you to them in just a moment. But each of our services is like a little legal firm, and there'll be 6 law students working for a semester, 1 day a week, under the guidance of one solicitor who's employed by the law school. And the way it works is that the students do all of the frontline work. They see the clients, they do the drafting of letters, they do the research, they write the opinions, they do case strategy management, they undertake negotiations and the like, but they have the backup of a qualified solicitor behind them, supervising them to make sure that what they do in fact is right, and to give them the support they need as they learn from the beginning of the term, knowing almost nothing, to the end of the term, actually a massive learning curve when they're really competent, but they need the support of someone in the middle there. So I'm just going to take you to a couple of the clinics that we offer. The first one I'd like to talk about is the Adelaide Legal Outreach Service. This clinic has been set up co-located with a homeless centre in the city centre, although in this age of COVID, it's actually in the law school at the moment. And it does all of this sorts of work, a huge range of work, compensation, assault, family, domestic violence, wills, property, formal complaints, motor vehicle, etc., etc. And we get all manner of clients who come into this clinic. They're not very competent with the legal system as a rule, and they need someone to help talk them through it. So we would provide advice across all of these areas to our clients as they come through. The other clinic I'll mention briefly is the Magistrates Court Legal Advice Service. That was the first clinic that we set up 20 odd years ago, and it's co-located in the Magistrates Court in South Australia, in one of the courtrooms there 2 days a week, and we provide legal advice and assistance to people in the minor civil claims jurisdiction. That is for claims under $12,000, where you're actually not allowed to have a lawyer represent you. So our 6 students and supervisors on 2 days a week provide legal advice. We assist people with drafting documents. We give them strategic advice about managing their disputes, including mediation, court processes and the like. It's quite a technical area, and it deals with all of these areas that we commonly see in that jurisdiction: fencing, building, car accidents, contracts, debt recovery, property disputes, leases, and did I mention fences? We actually deal with quite a lot of fencing disputes in that jurisdiction. Indeed, so much so that we've got some resources down here about mediation, because that's the ideal way of dealing with a fencing dispute. And going down to the bottom there is also important, because this Magistrates Court Legal Advice Service also operates a new service called the Mediation Information Service, and that has volunteer mediators coming in 2 days a week to assist the court to try and help people sort out their problems. And because Magistrates Court Legal Advice Service operates that, we get to go with them. So every week students are able to go up with a mediator, sit in court, and then sit in a mediation to see how it works. So we're really focusing on students learning not only about managing disputes, but also about how to resolve them without going to court. And then finally, three other clinics. I'm not going to go into each of them, but we've got the Equal Opportunity Commission Legal Advice Service, which is co-located with the Equal Opportunity Commission and deals with discrimination complaints. So students at that commission get to deal face-to-face with clients trying to run equal opportunity dispute. We have the Entrepreneur and Venture Advice Clinic, which is operated on university campus, and it's a commercial clinic focused on providing startup advice and commercial and contractual advice for people, generally people starting up businesses who need some help to understand how the law influences what they're doing, how corporations might need to be set up, and basically get some legal structure around what they're doing. And that's been a very recent but very successful clinic that's reached out into a different sector of the community. And then finally, we have the Administrative Appeals Tribunal Legal Advice Service. That's where you go if you've got a dispute with Centrelink or immigration or tax or a whole range of Commonwealth disputes. And again, we last year set up an advice service there with 6 students and a solicitor who are dealing with people who are going through that tribunal but can't afford a lawyer, possibly don't need a lawyer, possibly just need some strategic advice about how to resolve it. So we have a group of students there once a week to support people with that process. As you can see, the program offers a really hands-on opportunity to get involved in helping people with legal problems. But also, it just ties into the idea, as the last speaker said, that you do get credit for engaging in clinical legal education. It's a subject. It's assessed by way of various criteria that none of you will be interested in for a few years, and it counts as part of the law degree. What I love about it is that it makes a real difference in the community, and it's incredibly valuable for students, not only to get the chance to work in the community and make a difference, but to take that out with them. So for the rest of their professional lives, they understand that there's value in contributing back into the community as a lawyer or a legal professional. So I hope you've been interested in this program, and hopefully, if you are, I'll see you in one of the clinics in a few years. Thank you very much.